Welcome to my part one of my out-of-print DVD collection. Most of these I actually was able to get either real cheap at used stores or even bought them before they went out of print. And the first one I got is Anchor Bay's release of Society, a Brian Yuzna film. Got this, the color marked on the side. I got it marked down for $2 at a pawn shop. Really lucked out there. If you can hunt it down, that's one to get. Evil Speak. Picked this up before it went out of print at Anchor Bay again. Horror fans will find something really like in that one. This one recently went out of print. Larry Cohen's The Stuff, one of my favorite B movies. Again, another Anchor Bay release. Final Exam, BCI Eclipse. I picked this up before it went out of print. This one actually goes for a lot of money on eBay. David Cronenberg Shivers, out-of-print image release. If you're a Cronenberg fan, that's a must-own. This one I picked up at a pawn shop, a bizarre little drive-in 70s horror movie called The Child. From A Whisper to a Scream, MGM. That you can get for real cheap still. Anchor Bay's release of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Double feature with Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Anchor Bay re-released Silent Night, Deadly Night for a little while. That version's also out of print, but this is the only release to get Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. So if you want to own the entire series, you have to get this one, and it goes for a lot of money. So, Sorority House Massacre, I'm sure Shout Factory will re-release this sometime in the future. It is a horrible slasher. Fright Night Part 2, one of my gems in my collection. Really hard to find on DVD. Artisan out of print. The DVD's not that great. It's full screen, and the transfer's not that great. But you know what? It's the only way to get it. This is the out of print Canadian DVD release of Gate 2. This is actually a pretty cool release. It has a reversible cover with the French title on the other side, and the disc itself has both the French title and the English title, which it's a pretty, not a great DVD quality, of course, full screen, not that great of a transfer, but that's the only way to get it. Basket Case 3, The Progeny. Really hard to find. Synapse is supposed to be re-releasing this sometime in the future, but this is the out-of-print 20th Century Fox release. Picked this up recently at a pawn shop for $2, and what is this? Subversive out of print. This movie fucking sucks, so I just keep it because it's out of print. Giallo here, No Shame's release of The Case of the Scorpion's Tail. These go for not a huge price, but you'll end up paying $20 or more. House with Laughing Windows. I picked this up for $6.99 on Amazon. Good thing I did when I did, because this is out of print and goes for quite a bit of money. Lucio Fucci's out of print film Enigma from Image Entertainment. Sucky film, but for hardcore Fulci fans want to pick this up. Another out of print image release of Lucio Fucci's Voices from Beyond. This is one of his better later era films. Anchor Bay's release of The Antichrist. This is actually Italian horror film fans will like this, but you can pick this up for pretty cheap still. This one, according to Code Red Releasing's website, is out of print. You can still buy it readily easy, so pick it up while you still have a chance if you're an Italian film fan, because this one's going to go out of print pretty fast. I picked this up on a whim, a blind buy, and a month after I bought it, it went out of print, and this is really hard to come by, and you'll pay a lot of money if you want this. Code Red Releasing of Primal Rage. Picked this one up at the pawn shop. Out of print Anchor Bay release of an old UK horror film, Circus of Horrors. Out of print Warner Brothers horror double feature of It in the Shuttered Room. I picked this up at Best Buy, I think for $10 when it came out. Ringu Anthology of Horror box set from DreamWorks Entertainment. Great set. I picked this up for $4 at Walmart. They were just wanting to get rid of all their copies, and I'm really glad I did. This one out of print not long after. Some DVDs that used to be out of print and hard to find. We got Hellraiser 3, Paramount's edition, recently re-released by Anchor Bridge. Children of the Corn 2, original Top 10 Media release, again recently re-released by Echo Bridge. We have the Pioneer edition of Bride of Reanimator, recently re-released by Artisan. This is a much better edition. Howling 3, The Marsupials, the Elite Edition, is the best DVD to buy. It's been re-released by a bargain company. The cover art sucks. The transfer is not as good. This has a commentary, so definitely the best edition to buy, and this edition is still really cheap as hell to find. The Artisan release of Howling 5 and Howling 6, again recently released by a bargain company, but the transfer isn't as good, the audio isn't as good, and the cover art on the new release really sucks, so the Artisan release is much better. And then I have the limited edition from Anchor Bay of Army of Darkness. This is, even compared to the Blu-ray, this is the best edition to get. And then over here, yeah, some out of print Hammer stuff. Lust for a Vampire, that goes for a shit ton of money. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb goes for a shit ton of money. Horror of Frankenstein goes for a shit ton of money. Scars of Dracula goes for a shit ton of money. Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter, you can get that pretty cheap. Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell you can get for pretty cheap. Some out of print midnight movie stuff here. 1977 version of Island of Dr. Moreau. You can get that for pretty cheap still. Comedy of Terrors, The Raven. This one out of print for a while and it came back into print, so it's hard to say if this is still in print or not. Tales of Terror, Tales Twice Told. Theater of Blood, Madhouse. It's one of the more expensive out of print midnight movies. Cry of the Banshee, Murders in the Rue Morgue. The Oblong Box, Scream, and Scream Again. Masquerade Death, Premature Burial. House of Usher, Pit and the Pendulum, one of the must-owns. If you can find that one, that's... This one recently we had out of print. Voodoo Island and the Four Skulls, Jonathan Drake. And a few sci-fi horror hybrid stuff. I got Parasite, Anchor Bay's release. Full Moon re-released their editions out of print also. This is a much better release by Anchor Bay. And The Hidden and Hidden 2 double features. So the only way to get the crappy sequel Hidden 2, this is out of print too. So, well, that's my part 1 of my out of print DVDs. I'll make another video for my other genres, but yeah, I just happened to buy most of these brand new or used, and later found out they were out of print. So I got really lucky on a lot of these.